Hey guys, so today we're going to be talking about some brand new products from Viseart. I am so excited to share their new quads with you. But before we jump into that, I do just want to mention Muse Beauty Pro's holiday shop is up. So exciting. They always have the most amazing deals on Viseart products and bundles and their Esum brushes and their Esum tools and kits. It's great. It's really, really great. Of course, I'll link it down below in my description box if you are interested. But there is one product in the holiday shop that I do want to give a shout out to. I am so excited for her. So Alicia over at Kinky Sweat is collabing with Esum, and she has picked out 5 of her favorite Esum brushes and has created a little set for you guys. I do have 3 of the brushes that she mentions, and they are wonderful. So she has some face brushes, some eye brushes. So one of the brushes that's included in her set is the X52 brush. It is just the perfectly sized face brush for highlight, for bronzer, for contour, for powder, for under eye powder. It's just one of those great brushes. You can see that it has a domed top, but it's not quite pointed, but there is this kind of distinct angle to the top, and that's what I think makes it so versatile, because you can really carve things out, but it's also fluffy enough to just buff things in as well. So that is great. And she also included the T43, which is a synthetic haired brush. It's a flat type of brush, and this is great for laying down products. So if you want to lay down concealer, or if you have a liquid highlight that you really want to shine and you just want to lay it down right on top of your cheekbone, this is great for that. If you want to lay down concealer here, or if you want to do some serious contouring or anything, this is a wonderful brush. And then the other one I just wanted to point out is she does include the W23, which is one of my favorite eyeshadow brushes of all time. It is absolute perfection if you want to work with shimmery type shadows, if you want to work with glittery type shadows, cream shadows, anything like that. This brush is really wonderful. So I just wanted to point out Alicia's brush set over at the holiday shop. It is a wonderful deal if you get the bundle, so definitely check it out. And a huge congratulations to Alicia for this wonderful collab. All right, so on to Viseart. They have come out with 4 new quads, and they are called the Petit quads. They come in a little sleeve like this. The palette is inside. Look at how cute these are. And then there are 4 shades on the inside. So we will do some swatches of all 4 of these quads. I'll give you my thoughts very quickly on them because they're Viseart eyeshadows, which are just absolutely impeccable. And then we'll get into the demo of my eye look, where I use the Lila quad to create this cool toned look. So let's jump into the particulars of these quads. So Viseart was kind enough in sending me all 4 of these, so a huge thank you to Viseart. You can find these quads over at Muse Beauty Pro. You can also find these over at Beautylish. And I think that's it. They have not popped up at Sephora yet. And of course you can get them on the Viseart site as well. So this is like a brand new pan size for Viseart. So there's 6 grams in total for 4 pans. So that's 1.5 grams for each pan. So they have one pan size that's a little bit more rectangular, and that is in their 12 pan Pro palettes and also in their Theory palettes. Here is one of their Pro palettes. So this is what I was talking about. The pans are a little bit more rectangular, and there are 2 grams in each one of these pans. So these are a little bit larger. And then they have their other much smaller pans that they have in an 8 pan, credit card size palette, and then the larger 12 pan palettes. Those are really tiny kind of pans. These are 1 gram per pan. And then the closest in size are their 9 pan palettes, the ones that are in these square hard plastic cases, and these are about 1.55 grams per pan. So these are probably the most similar to their new Petit Fours. So each one of these quads retails for $22, and I think they would make wonderful stocking stuffers. How amazing are these for the makeup lover in your life, for yourself, for someone who's been wanting to try Viseart, they just haven't gotten the chance yet. I just think these are so cute. So just as size reference, so here it is next to the Petit Four. So it's a little bit taller, but obviously a lot more narrow. Here it is next to the Pro palette, so considerably smaller, of course. And then here it is next to the 9 pan. So let's go ahead and jump into the close-ups and the swatches of these 4 palettes. So the first one is the Lila palette, and this is the most cool toned and probably the lightest in tone in general. And I swatched from left to right, top to bottom. So the first shade is Fondant. It's an ice silver rose with a shimmer finish. Next we have Lila, which is a light muted mauve with a matte finish. Tiramisu, which is a light cool taupe with a matte finish. And then lastly we have Argente, which is a silver with a shimmer finish. Next up we have the Framboise quad. This is the one that has a pretty pinky tone to it. The first shade we have is Creme, which is a light beige pink with a matte finish. Next we have Glacage, I think is how it's pronounced. It's a pink champagne with a shimmer finish. Next we have Confiture, a medium pink red with a shimmer finish. And then lastly we have Framboise, which is a soft dusty rose with a matte finish. Next up we have the Praline quad. And the first shade is Sucre, which is a warm brown with a shimmer finish. Next we have Caramelissé, a warm champagne with a shimmer finish. Then we have Praline, which is an antique gold with a shimmer finish. And then we have Pecan, which is a sienna brown with a matte finish. Lastly, we have Chocolat, and the first shade is Café Crème, which is a terracotta nude with a matte finish. Next we have Pêche, which is a rose gold nude with a shimmer finish. Next we have Orange Sanguine, which is an orange copper with a gold reflectivity. And last we have Ganache, which is a milk chocolate brown with a matte finish. Wow. Reading all of that off, I am not only starving, but in need of a dessert right away. So just a quick word about their packaging, because they are very, very similar to the Petit Pro packaging. So they do come in these sleeves, these outer sleeves, and the shade names are on the back. And then these flip open. This is like a magnetic closure here. So these flip open and closed. There is a little plastic cover to all of the shadows, and then all of the shadows are magnetized in here, and you can very easily pop them out. They have little finger grooves at the bottom and the top here. There is no mirror, which I think is totally fine. I think it would be way too small to be useful anyway. So I've used the Lila palette. Obviously, that is what is on my eyes. And I did get a chance to use Praline. It's the lighter brown one the other day. And they're just gorgeous. They're easy to use. I really, really, really love Viseart matte shadow formulas. And these are no different from the Pro palettes, from the Petit Fours. If you have experience with Viseart shadows, you're not going to be disappointed. If you want to give Viseart a try, I think you should. I think this would be a great kind of gateway into Viseart, these or the Petit Pro palettes. They're just wonderful. Their metallic shades, I think, just get better and better. I absolutely love them. This is the shade Fondant, which is on the inner corners of my eyes. Of course, you'll see me apply it in the demo, but look at that shine. It looks like pure silver foil on my eyes. And then I have Argente on the outer corners of my eyes. And it's just, oh, they're so, so beautiful. So I am really loving these quads so far. Again, I have not been able to use all of them, but I've used Praline and Lila, and they just work beautifully. These little quads are just built-in eye looks. They're just really easy, no guesswork. So big, big fan of these little bite-sized palettes from Viseart. So let's go ahead and jump into the demo of this eye look. I'm going to start by going into the matte Tiramisu shade down here on the bottom left-hand corner. And I've got my Esum S33 brush. And I'm going to place this on the outer corner. Basically use this shade to create a little bit of dimension here. All right, I've got that nice kind of dusting of a cool tone down. I'm so happy to see more of these cool tones going on in eyeshadow palettes. Next, I'm going to go into the other matte shade in here, the top right-hand corner. This is the shade Lila, and I'm going to use the same brush, the Esum S33, and I'm going to brush this onto the remainder of my lid and blend it into the tiramisu. Next, I'm going to take my Esum S31 brush. I'm going to go into Fondant, which is this shade in the upper left-hand corner. And I'm going to use this in the inner corner. Bring it onto my lid. A little bit on the lower lash line here. Well, that brightened things up a lot. I really like that. Next, I'm going to take my Esum W21 brush. I'm going to go into Argente. And I'm going to sweep this over the outer corner. And I'm patting this one down because it is quite shimmery. And now I'm going to blend So I put most of the shadow in the outer corner. I'm just kind of blending it over the center of my lid. I'm just going to grab my T05 brush. I'm going to go back into the Tiramisu shade. It's not that deep to use as liner, but I want to put this down as a base on my lower lash line and then put that Argente shimmer shade on top. And now I'm going to go into Argente and kind of press that on top of the tiramisu. I'm just going to finish up by taking my original blender brush, which is the S33. I'm going to go into the Lila shade right here and use that to blend out. I think using the Lila shade kind of brightens up the look a little bit, makes it a little bit more, you know, lilac, pinky purple looking. I think if you use the tiramisu shade, I think that would work as well, but you're going to keep it very, very kind of gray toned. All right, I'm just going to curl my eyelashes, apply some mascara, and I'll be right back. All right, here is my look all done. I'll have everything that's on my face down below in the description box if you're interested. I am really, really loving these quads. As you guys know, I really prefer smaller eyeshadow palettes. I love quads. I like 6 pans, quints. That size of eyeshadow palette I feel like is really my comfort zone. It just makes things a lot easier for me. And I'm loving all 4 of these from Viseart. So definitely check out the Muse Beauty Pro holiday shop. It is very, very exciting. Every year they just have the most amazing discounts if you're interested in Viseart or like professional type makeup like Ket Cosmetics, Danessa Myricks, Melanie Mills, and of course their Esum brushes and some of their other amazing tools for pro makeup artists or regular consumers like myself. I really, really love their Esum brush book. Anyway, definitely check it out. I'll have it linked down below. And thank you guys so, so much for tuning in. Please subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video.